So that means I'll never see you again. What? Boy, I'm talking to my old Spice, not you.
Popeye's $6 big box is back, y'all. Big news, packed with bold Louisiana flavor.
What's up, y'all? I'm Brandon Gordon, Gab of GabGames.com.
And a biscuit for only $6.
And this is City Skylines. Talk about it. Cheap, cheap. Good game, Gab Game. GabGames.com. Talk about it.
Personalized service plus our award-winning app.
I'm watching the Chicago Sky game. I'm like, I'd rather come here, exercise, and watch the game than try to fight for my life and all of that shit. Oops, that was already open. I never closed that. Is that open? Go over here. Let's empty this out. Tell I got distracted at the end. No way that's supposed to be at 9%. No way that's supposed to be at 8%. And these are still open. Something's definitely up. Good job. Really don't talk about both the WNBA and NBA Tina Charles, who, of course, retired earlier this year, but Angel Reese has just approached a great year in her own home. She's a ridiculously skilled rebounder, and it's been one of the big parts of her game throughout her career. It's been one of the big parts of the things she's been able to do tonight. 15 boards, 14. Good job, here. That's not a big part of her game, stepping out and draining the three, but she was able to do it here today. I mean, if you think about her in her sprint, in her career, it's only in her third year. In her career, she's averaged just under 13 boards a game and over 4.5 offensive boards a game. And you see that not helping drain the three. That's number one in the history of WNBA, both of those categories, rebounding and offensive rebounding. It's ridiculous what she is able to do when it comes to the blast. Coming off a season high 17 rebounds, so back-to-back games, 4 rebounds. Skylar Diggins with the bacon, and after that, she comes up it a little bit. Jordan Canada also is slowed. They have taken a shot to the face as she walked back to the bench. Alright, we're working over here, building up this egg. Oh, they're growing up pretty nice. Alright, I see y'all. Sprouting, we got some sprouts. It's a nice little community. They're gonna be this way, everybody gonna dump. Like, just walk up to the top of the block and walk back down every day. Had them calf muscles. That's a nice little good move, too. Hi.
That's so tough because Skylar Diggins coming around, like, think about when you're running and you're pumping.
Waiting for over here to sprout a bit, which they are. This is growing up pretty nice.
I do not think that's a hostile act. You're gonna fall, but you're making your statement and get in and get out.
Where we at with tactics, y'all? 7, 3.
But you'll see here, she's pushing the ball forward and going around.
Economy, not that. We go here, here. Let me do my push-up. Okay. Every time, I'll figure out a good routine. 10 push-ups, 10 curls, and then I'll go to maybe, possibly, hey, boo. I'll go to maybe, possibly, No Man's Sky or Dead by Daylight to do my crunches.
What are we looking for?
We'll get the call here.
She looks like somebody I know.
Higgins swiped back with her left hand while she was driving and hit Canada in the face. Therefore, an offensive foul will be assessed to Skylar. The basket will be disallowed. Play will resume with the throwing to
She was trying to gain her balance.
reset the game clock.
What you want to do?
The play, we knew that, but it upgraded beyond a common foul to a foul.
Ooh, they're both so pretty. Hug again.
Atlanta. Inbound.
Pat each other on the butt.
The basketball.
Defense.
Point lead.
Defense.
Just under 2 minutes to go. Canada.
Good rotation.
No, Reese on the weak side, rebound. Howard thought about it.
Good switch.
Put that pivot foot down. Gray. Gotta get moving.
Good help.
Just so.
Ah, it's just a good move.
Lead off the game now for Atlanta.
Post, post, post.
Diggins puts up the three. And Reese
Y'all went away from the post. Go back to that post.
over 17.
Call a timeout, coach.
Rebound.
What? Where'd the time go?
Closing minute to find there from Howard to Reese.
When I started watching, we only had 3 minutes left in the third.
For Atlanta with less than a minute to go here on the road.
Y'all gonna hold hands somewhere.
Reese's return to Chicago has given her all smiles along with her team.
Y'all went away from the post.
For Atlanta. Little drag screen for Ryan Howard. It's the pass. No one comes back over after the screen to find Angel Reese. A complete breakdown defensively, leading to a wide open layup for Angel. And Angel Reese, who was commenting coming into today's game, hey, look, she was grateful for the growth that she found here in Chicago in her first 2 seasons, but she wanted something more. So
Angel Reese look like a couple of my ex-girlfriends.
Atlanta in the offseason has gotten a fresh start with the dream.
She look like somebody I know too.
Herself with the people she knows that can help to make her grow and
I don't know if I can say she's pretty.
Ridiculous numbers for Angel today. 17 points, 17 boards. Coming off a game against Washington where she had 18 points and 17 boards. Yeah, Atlanta certainly in this fourth quarter, just especially with their stifling defense, turning Chicago over. Able to extend this lead to 10.
Good one. Put that shit in next time, boo. Trip that girl.
That makes from Cardoso.
What's the rotation, Skylar?
Pushes it back out to 10. And a reset timeout called by
Gabby had it.
Chicago.
Ah.
Tyler Marsh in Chicago's guy, he has the field. They're not long victories, but they played much better in this game. And seeing the effort that he wants to see from his match races, launches the 3-0. Begins with 14, Cardoso with 13 and
No. All right. I love those guys. Or ladies. She's a lady. Got time for life. Now we gotta merge that. Bring me on as coach. Alright, first off, ladies, I gotta see everybody naked. And don't question my methods. What's more humiliating? Losing 3 games in a row. For me seeing your sexy bodies. I can't stand him. But okay. Nah, I wouldn't be on that. Just, coach, here's the plan. Here's how I see a squad. You know, right now with what we got, from what I see on the court, here's what we don't do, here's what we lack. You know? We focus on this. We did some good switches. But off ball screens, get some open shots. I saw. We didn't do that before. So I got a 22-year-old girlfriend. I'm 38. How do you feel about that? You know. Got a problem with it. Shut up. Am I supposed to find Angel Reese hot or not? How old is Angel Reese? Is Zendaya supposed to be hot or not? How old is Zendaya? But seriously, Chicago Sky, I love them. They went away from the post paint, played in the fourth. Post play in the fourth. My boo Camilla. Look, somebody teach her. All season, all in between games, all her free time. Everybody throw random basketballs at her that's on the team. Coaches. She needs to hang out with the best soccer goalie in the world. Learn how to catch the fucking ball. Like, damn. Nobody better lay a finger on my butterfingers. God damn. Figure out, is it the entry pass? I don't think it's the entry pass. Because I some of them like, goddamn. How, woman? How, butterfingers? She needs to hang with Natasha. Natasha Cloud, at times, she tried to bait the player into foul line. Was that Skylines?
Obviously, that was better effort tonight, and the players definitely talked about that. But it did seem like it's possible fatigue had a role in those last 5-6 minutes of the game. I'm just wondering your thoughts on that.
Not just discipline.
Maybe. I was proud of the way we competed for all of the game, really. I thought that
right, because we just went away from you. We didn't stop competing.
Rebounds didn't go our way. Defensively, they were able to create some second chance opportunities that really hurt us. And we had some possessions where we didn't take care of the ball offensively or got called for a couple of illegal screens. But I thought from an effort standpoint, from a team chemistry standpoint, I thought that we were a lot better tonight than we had been the last couple of games.
Tosh spoke with us a little bit earlier about how she felt like the way that Skylar kind of used her post game after last game was really purposeful of wanting to light a fire under you guys, kind of embrace some of the conflict necessary to work through these hard moments in the season. What's your perspective on that as a coach? How have you seen that behind the scenes in terms of kind of how this locker room is working through, not conflict necessarily, but those hard conversations?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get with a veteran locker room. And so I think if there's things that you can build on from that, there's obviously a common ground in terms of where we feel like we're at as a team and where we all want to go and be. You want that level of competitiveness. You want that passion. You want that toughness. You want that intensity that keeps a level of urgency amongst everyone. And so, I mean, we're a quarter of the way done in the season. And so there's perspectives in how you look at that and see that, there's a quarter of the way that you can't get back, but there's also 3/4 of a season that you have left in front of you to right the ship. And so we're committed. We're committed to each other. We're committed to the process. That's been the communication, and so we're aligned from that standpoint.
Coach Dasha, obviously, she started her presser kind of saying there's no moral victories, but emphatically said that she was proud of the effort of the team. You seem to have the same kind of mindset. Can you take us to what the locker room looked like when you came back? What was the conversation with the team about the feeling of this game?
Yeah, still disappointed. They're winners in that locker room. They're there is something to that of the no moral victory mindset. At the same time, it's also a veteran locker room that understands what the baseline has to be from an effort standpoint and from a communication standpoint and an effort in a chemistry standpoint. And I think that we made progress in those areas today, and now it's about carrying that over into the next game. And we go against a team that's arguably a top 2 team in this league, and I think we defended them as well as you can defend them. We had our opportunities and our chances offensively, but again, I think that when you approach the game with this level of physicality, with this level of toughness, with this level of effort, you find yourselves in these types of games.
Coach, Camilla in the first half, she was 5 for 5, 11 points. Seemed like she was getting the ball in her spots. Can you guys kind of speak to the second half and kind of like what you saw as far as the ball not finding her in some of those spots for her to score?
Yeah, we had some opportunities to get it into her. I know that's frustrating, on her part or from her part, but we just got to continue to find ways to do it. And I think there's a couple of them where we had some turnovers trying to get it into her. Had some stuff set up for her in pick and roll, and just the crowds that they brought to the paint in that second half to try to limit them, force kind of the kickouts and us to play on the perimeter a little bit. So they made it difficult for us to get into her. She started off the game really well. She gave that effort and that energy for the majority of the game. She played a lot of minutes and a lot of consecutive minutes. So, when you talk about fatigue and whatnot, I'm sure that played a part there. But she gave what she could, and she gave us a nice jump from the start. And so I was happy with how we start and finish that first quarter and how we played for, 38 minutes of the game tonight. It was just really 40 minutes, but it was just a couple of breakdowns late in possessions that kind of hurt us.
Angel had those 2 clutch offensive rebounds kind of in the last 2 minutes. You've been on the positive side of that before with her as your player.
Yeah.
Now going up against that, just kind of what fresh perspective do you get coaching against her in an actual regular season game?
I don't think it takes a game coaching against her. Once you've coached her, to appreciate what she brings on a nightly basis. It's really remarkable to watch. And I mean, she's showing continuous improvement each year in her game, no matter what aspect of it is. I think you saw a lot of the playmaking progress last year, and now you're seeing some of the shot making and her being able to step outside and feel comfortable taking those shots. So she's adding something to her game. She's a competitor. She's a winner. She's a fighter. She's in a really, really good situation for her to continue to thrive and to compete for a championship.
Hey, Coach. Natasha, 18 points, got to the line 10 times. You were kind of talking about her as like an engine of this team. She also opened up a little bit about like struggles that she's had, like last game or a couple games where she struggled. Can you just talk about like coaching her through that?
Yes. I think you always got to remember that these players are human, and nobody is perfect. No coach is perfect. No player is perfect, and you have to tap into that side of it first, really. And what you love about Tasha, she gives 100% of who she is as a basketball player and as a human being, and you appreciate that. And you coach to that, and so it creates a synergy. It creates a relationship that you want to do well for her, and you want to do well for all your players and for your team. But someone that gives her heart and her passion to her staff and her teammates and to the game, you appreciate that on another level as well. So it's been great coaching her these last 2 months. It's been you admire her as a player from afar, and now having the opportunity to have her in the locker room and have her on the court and in a Sky jersey, it's been great.
Tyler, are you concerned at all about just kind of the workload that Skylar is taking in terms of her minutes? I mean, I think she leads the team in minutes. Are you worried about that at all?
For sure. But I know that in those conversations are had, we're always in communication with those that are on restrictions, but also the heavy minute players, and Skylar being included in that in terms of how she's feeling. And I know she wanted to be out there tonight, and so we're had an opportunity to win this game tonight. We needed her out there. We wanted her out there, and she wanted to be out there. So we're always going to be mindful and conscious of managing that load, especially on days that aren't game days. We want to make sure that she's recovering the way that her body needs and that she feels that she needs. And so we're getting her that, and we got somebody on the way hopefully pretty soon. So.
Coach, I had one more on Camilla. So I was asking about the offense, but Tosh highlighted her on the defensive side and just how she kind of showed up for you guys tonight. Just wanted to get your assessments on how you seen her improve there defensively for you guys.
Sorry,
for Camilla.
For Camilla. Yeah, I thought her positioning was good today. Her post positioning, I thought she made it tough at times for their bigs to establish, good positioning inside. And her pick and roll defense has been progressing as well in terms of her being to the level that we need her to be and being able to not just contain the ball but also retreat back so that the roller doesn't get free to the rim. And so but we understand that defense isn't just a one man show. It's a collective effort, and it takes a high level of communication, which is another area that she's progressed in as well. And it's an area where she can be dominant at. And I think that when we talk about her dominance, a lot of the talks, immediately goes to the offensive end. But she's got mobility and she's got size and she's got the IQ to be able to be a real force on the defensive end. And so we want to continue to push that because when she's great defensively, we're a lot better defensive team and defensive unit. And then it's able to thrive and push our offense as well. And because she can get out and run the floor and play out of that as well. So, yeah, there's still, obviously still room for growth, but she knows the importance that she is to us on defense.
Scott Town for life. I'm going somewhere else.